Laurie Evans fell just 2 runs short of his 5th first-class 100, but his Warwickshire side still had a pretty good second day of their LV County Championship match with Middlesex at Lords. Evans began the second morning on 41 out of a total of 148 for 3, one that quickly became 152 for 4 when Jonathan Trott, after adding only 1 to his overnight 44, edged a beauty from Toby Rowland-Jones behind. A greenish pitch coupled with heavy overcast conditions meant that this was an ideal day to be a bowler, and it wasn't just that delivery to Trott which caused some concerns for the batsman. At times, Stephen Finn was getting the ball to talk, and Tim Ambrose had to be at his very best to survive in what was a very tough opening to the day for the visitors. Ambrose went up and over the slips off Rowland-Jones to try to get his innings moving, while Evans showed his fighting skills to score runs whenever he could, although neither Finn nor Rowland-Jones offered too much first thing. It took Evans until the 12th over of the morning to get the runs he needed to secure his hard-working 50, the Londoner enjoying his return to the capital. He needed 134 balls to get this far, which shows just how difficult it was for batsmen. He lost Ambrose at the other end after a couple of breaks for the weather. On 20, the keeper, trying to uppercut Neil Dexter this time, found Ollie Rayner in the slips. Evans continued his gritty innings, a vital one for his team, and for a while he was backed up by Ricky Clark, these two adding 33 runs for the 6th wicket to just about keep their side on top. They could have been in a much worse position. They lost their 6th wicket with a score on 233, and there was only one man to blame for that. An easy 2 looked on for Evans, but his partner Clark dawdled, obviously thinking that he was not in any danger. Some quick thinking from James Harris had him run out by a fraction, and only then did Clark realise what he'd done. He was out for 15 and he left with Evans on 87. This boundary off Finn, the 15th for Evans, had him just 5 away from his deserved ton. But on 98 he was beaten by another crackerjack from Finn, a ball which came back off the seam to bowl Evans at 253 for 7. Middlesex would have been delighted with that and pleased with their position until Jeetan Patel and Keith Barker decided to throw the bat a little to test their luck against this excellent seam attack. There were some uppish shots, but also ones which kept going up. Patel welcomed Rayner into the attack by twice belting him down the ground for 6s in the spinner's first over of the game. He'd had to wait for 95 overs to get on, and maybe wished he hadn't been given the chance after all. Rayner's second over saw him being lofted over the top for another maximum by Barker, as Warwickshire decided to attack the slow bowler, bringing up the 300 in the process. Rayner's first 2 overs cost 22 runs, but James Franklin stuck with him only to see Patel clear the rope off him once again, the partnership for the 8th wicket realising 72 runs in 15 overs. But next ball, Rayner had something to smile about. This time there was less flight, and Patel on 37 was trapped in front at 325 for 8. The rest followed quickly. Rowland-Jones certainly deserved his 2nd wicket as he bowled Barker for 37. Before last man Boyd Rankin went in the same way to Rayner for a couple, as Warwickshire were dismissed in the 106th over for 342. Middlesex lost Joe Burns early in their reply, as he was LBW to Chris Wright's 3rd delivery of the match. And it was clear that the new ball was not going to be easy to face, Nick Compton not knowing too much about this delivery. Before the rain set in at 5 o'clock, Sam Robson showed off his skills. This one of his 5 fours in his unbeaten 26, which saw his side to safety by the close. Middlesex will resume on the 3rd morning with a score of 39 for 1, which leaves them 303 runs behind and with plenty of work still to do to restore parity in this match.